Before a big speech, it can easily happen that you get nervous. That's also what happened to me several times while doing stand-up comedy. Before a big performance, I would just get nervous. So I want to learn, how do other people at the top of their field handle being anxious, being nervous, having butterflies in your stomach? How do they handle this? And I learned that Navy SEALs have a great way of handling anxiety, and this can be applied to public speaking. But first, let's look at why being anxious can be an issue for public speaking. Obviously, there's the visible aspect. When you look nervous, when you look anxious, it will not come across as confidently and as well of a speaker, right?
But I still hate that question.
If you feel every heartbeat, it can get a bit overwhelming. So just to demonstrate, imagine it's like when you do a bunch of burpees and you then have to speak. It just makes it much harder.
So right now I can speak completely normally, that's fine. But once I start doing burpees, let's see how it goes. Okay, so I did 10 now. Only 10, but already my heart is beating like crazy. And so already it makes it much harder, but imagine, let's do 10 more. Now it's 20, and obviously I'm exhausted. Oh, I should train more. But my heart is beating, so just speaking already makes it much harder. And we're simulating how it will be. This is kind of similar to when your heart is beating like crazy. You just won't be able to speak perfectly.
So how can Navy SEALs help out with this? Navy SEAls face way more difficult situations, literally situations of life and death. So giving a speech is really nothing compared to what they have to face. And what they do often are breathing exercises, specifically box breathing. Box breathing is a very, very simple but very effective tool and way of breathing to calm yourself down. It's called box breathing because you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, you exhale for 4 seconds, and then you hold again for 4 seconds, and then you keep doing this box. You can do as many rounds as you like, and I noticed for myself, just doing a couple of these rounds before a big performance in stand-up comedy really helped me out. It really calmed myself down, and it's really a game changer. It's very simple, but it really works, and you can do it anywhere, and it really calms you down just in the moments before going on stage and giving a big performance. So how does it work? Let's just try out one round of this, and you can do as many as you like. So we start breathing in for 4 seconds, hold, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. You can do as many rounds as you like. I use a paid app, but there's so many apps out there in the App Store that do just look for box breathing or breathing exercises, and many of them offer it. Or you can just look at your stopwatch if you like. But these apps, they're very simple to use. I do it often when I'm standing behind the stage or in the green room. And obviously I cannot do it with the sound, but my phone vibrates. So I just close my eyes or look somewhere else, and I feel it in my hand. When it vibrates, and I know, okay, the 4 seconds are over, and then move on. And this is incredibly powerful. If it helps people, soldiers, elite soldiers in life or death, then it can definitely help us before giving a big performance. Also, there's a side benefit to this. If you have a lot of energy on stage like I do, people have asked me sometimes whether I was nervous because I came up with a lot of energy on stage and it came across anxious. And I did not feel nervous in those instances. So I was like, huh? No, I wasn't. But I think because I came up with a lot of energy, it just came across like, oh, this is a bit too much. It's a bit like a chihuahua, you know? So it just comes across a bit maybe anxious. When you have a lot of energy, this kind of gives you a different kind of energy. You come across as a person who just meditated for 20 minutes and come across way more calm and serene. So if you combine that with energy, it's much, much better. You come across much more confident also because it looks like nothing's phasing you and you're just there, you're enjoying yourself, and you feel like you can handle this. Again, this is very simple, but very powerful. Try to use it whenever you want. I sometimes just do it during the day just to calm myself yourself down as well and makes you think better. So use it whenever possible. You can do it silently or with noise. Again, if it helps Navy SEALs, it can help you too. I often use box breathing with my eyes closed just before going on stage. While I'm doing that is also visualize. If you want to see how I manipulate the images in mind's eye and how you can incorporate this too to see images stronger and more vividly, check out this video.